Hello and welcome back. So in our last lesson, we added this lovely View Leaderboards controller that doesn't show anything because we have no leaderboards. So let's think about adding some. Now we have 3 difficulty levels in our game, easy, medium, and hard. Probably makes sense for each one to have its own leaderboard. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to pop over to Chrome here and shrink this a bit. And I'm going to go to play.google.com/app/publish, the developer console, and check out our game services. And let's go in to guess my number. So we can go into leaderboards. And the process here is fairly similar to adding achievements. We fill out all the various information that we need in a form, and then the system generates a unique ID for us that we can use later to refer to this leaderboard. So let's do that. I'm going to click on Add Leaderboard. And for this one, our name is going to be Easy. And this will be the leaderboard for an easy difficulty level. We have some options for score formatting. It can be numeric, which would be like an integer or a floating point. We also have options for currency and time. And maybe if we wanted to do a fastest time to guess the answer type of leaderboard, we can use time for that. We have an icon. This is optional. I do recommend using icons if you want to create, say, actual games that you want people to download and buy. The reason is that in the Play Game standalone application, your leaderboard icons do show up fairly prominently. Someone looks at your game, one of the 3 screens that they're going to see about your game are going to be your leaderboards. And in those cases, it's nice to have leaderboard icons that, look interesting. In our case, we're going to stick with the default leaderboard icon as provided by Play Game Services, which is like a little crown thing. Ordering here, we can choose whether larger is better or smaller is better. In this case, our leaderboard is going to be based on the number of guesses. So how many guesses did it take to get the magic number? So in this case, smaller is better. I do want to take a moment to add, this is my favorite feature of this developer console. Rather than like having ascending or descending, and then you have to stop and think, well, what does that actually mean? Like, smaller is better. So much clearer. Love it. Anyway, then we have limits, and these are basically the upper and lower bounds of any score that gets submitted to this leaderboard. So I suppose we want to say that we don't want to allow scores lower than 1. Makes sense. You can't actually make a guess in 0 guesses. And maybe for the small leaderboard, we want to say, you know what, let's not allow scores greater than 100. In theory, someone could make the same wrong guess over and over and over and over again. And I don't know, maybe our players are going to have some fun, perverse, hey, let's see who can get the worst score in our Guess Our Number game contest. Maybe that's something you want to encourage your players to do. But in my case, I'm going to say, no, let's not encourage that behavior. We're just going to cap our lower bounds, or I guess our upper bounds here at 100. And list order means that if you were to view your leaderboards, where would this appear on the list? And we'll have it appear first. So there we go. This is done. I'm going to hit save and add another leaderboard. We'll create another one for medium. This should be pretty easy. Smaller is better. And let's allow scores of 1 and 1,000. Save and add another leaderboard. And hard. Smaller is better, and 1 and 10,000. Let's save. And we're done. Look at that. We've got 3 leaderboards. We have unique IDs associated with each one of them, and they should be ready to publish. We've actually done everything we need to do to get a leaderboard into our game. So let's go back to our application and try it out. If I were to hit leaderboards right now, I'd get the cached version. So one quick way to fix this would be to sign out and sign back in, or we could just, stop and run our application again. And now it'll kind of force our game to go out and grab the latest data. So now when I click leaderboards, I now have 3 entries, easy, medium, and hard. Now if I were to click on this easy one, I'm taken to my individual leaderboard where I can see entries for public submissions to this leaderboard, and anybody from my circles that has submitted a score to this leaderboard. In this case, this is a brand new leaderboard. Nobody submitted anything, so all these entries are blank. That's kind of too bad and kind of boring, but that's okay, because in the next lesson, we'll start submitting scores to these leaderboards. So stay tuned, and I'll see you soon.